So yesterday we saw some properties and some supporting tables of staging and base object label, right? So today we'll try to load some data. We'll try to create a mapping and we'll load the data in base object. So this is our table, this one PO customer, right? Okay, fine. So this is our landing table. It is empty, I think. So we'll put some record here. Okay. CL customer 11. Okay, by mistake I created with this name as is missing. So I need to select with this one. Okay. Okay. So let's see whether we have created any mapping or not, because from landing to staging we need a mapping. So mapping, we'll see. Okay. So no, it is there, I think. We have created on mapping, okay, but like we have not mapped anything. So to create mapping, just okay, what we'll do, we'll just delete this one and we'll create again. Okay, so click on OK. So deleted. Just to create a mapping, just do right click, add mapping, give any name like MP customer 11, and this is for source system S1, let's suppose. So here it will ask you to select your landing table and staging table. So this is our landing. This is our landing. Staging is this one. Click on OK. So here, so once you do that, this window will come up. Okay. So it is just a general information, name, landing table, staging table. Here in diagram, you'll see in left hand side, your landing table will be there, and in right hand side, your staging table. So now you have to map. Okay. So the most important column here is this one, PKS as your object. I showed you that this is present in accept table also. So normally we add our customer ID to this one, then we source system ID, okay, to PK, and we have an option to do auto mapping also. Do the right click, auto mapping. So all the columns with the same name will be mapped. So you can see F name, last name, organization name map. Okay, specialty is having some spelling difference, that's why. specialty, then source system not needed. Okay, so your mapping is done. Now in query parameter, because we have only one landing table, right, and only one landing table, and it contains all the records from all the source system, and for identifier we have given one column called source system, right? So this mapping will fetch the record from the same landing table. Okay, and as we have created it for source system S1, so we have to give that condition. Okay, so enable condition right here, source system equal to S1. Okay, and just save it. Okay, so in mapping, whatever cleansing we want to like apply, we have to apply here only. Okay, we will create cleanse function, okay, and cleanse list and other things in this section, cleanse function section, and those functions we can add here. Okay, for example, suppose I want to concatenate two columns. So to do that, do the right click, okay, add function. Okay, so you have all the available functions here. So concatenate will come under string function. So expand this one, already expanded. So select this one, concatenate. This came, right? So now suppose I want to concatenate first name, okay, last name, no, not last name, first middle name is there, no middle name, okay, then last name here. Okay, and in between, if I want to put any space, so for that, do the right click, add constant. Okay, so, and constant is a string, data type is a string, you can select from drop down other values also, string, and do one space. Okay, so you can see that constant came here. Now you add here. Okay, so what it will do, it will take input from first name and last name, it will include one space in between, and output like you can put anywhere, wherever you want. Suppose uh, anywhere, like suppose this is not mapped, for example, let's delete this mapping, and you can add here. I just, for the namesake, I told you. Okay, if you have any name column, then you can use this one. Okay, so likewise you can create a like any function here, and not these functions are provided by MDM Informatica, so these are standard functions, so you can create your own functions also, and you can use it here. That we'll see when we'll discuss cleanse functions. Okay, just for no namesake I told you. Okay, just save it. So likewise you can see that we have created one mapping. So now we'll put some record in landing table, we'll try to load it. So write one insert script. Suppose I give Tom in last name Smith, then you have organization name, so it will be for HCA, so let it be blank. Okay, then specialty, type within, oh, hmm, there should be a column called type. We missed it, so what we'll do, we'll go here in schema, we'll add one more column, landing label table. This is the base subject section, this is landing table section. Here we'll select our table, click on columns, add one column called cust type. Okay, fine. So now we have to see the base object. See, this is our base object, customer one, BO customer. We'll see whether that column is there or not. Cust type is there. We'll add one more column here, name, full name, or you can say only name column. Save it. What it will contain, for organization name it will contain the organization, like for HCA it will contain organization name, for HCP it will contain the concatenated value of first name and last name. So the same thing we will have to update in staging table also. So this is a staging table. Here you want to see this is unchecked, so just check it, save it.
So we added that column in the
Base object.
landing.
Yes, we have added this column. No, in landing we will have only first name last name. We will not have that name column in landing. We will keep it in base object.
Okay.
We'll populate this name based on the customer type, whether it is HCA or HCP. If it is HCA, then organization name will be coming here, and if it is HCP, then first name and last name will come here, the concatenated value. Okay, so for that we will create one function.
Okay. So once you add that column in the base, this will automatically come on stage.
Yes, but you have to select it. You have to select it.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So the same thing we have to do in mapping also, because in mapping also there would be some extra column that is unmapped. You can see here cust type is unmapped here, so we have to map it. Okay, and name is still unmapped. Okay, so let it be. I'll do it later on, because for that I have to create one. Okay, let's create, not a problem. I'll load the data later on. First create one function. Okay, so what I want that actually we have one cleanse function separate topic, so I will discuss it later on, but for the time being I'll just create one function, okay, to just show you. Okay, so what I'll create is I'll create one function, and what that function will do, that function will check whether the customer type it HCA or HCP. If it is HCP, then it will concatenate first name and last name. If it is HCA, then it will concatenate only organization. It will only populate organization name in the name field. So to do that, do we save? No, we have to save it first. So here we'll come here in claims function section. Okay, so here we have so many folders, you can say, and this one I have created. If you want to create, just do the right click, add no, not here, here, add library. Okay, add user library. If you create, then it will ask you, see, it will ask you for name and description. That's it. Okay, so that will be created here. So I'll create one function in this one. Okay, to do that, just do the right click, and when I'll discuss this claims function, I'll discuss what is regular expression, what is claims list. Okay, for the time being, I'll create one graph function. Okay, so name I can give claims function, suppose name. Okay, click on OK. So this function, you can see it has been created. Okay, down details, if you go, it is blank now. Now we have to create. We have, okay, so what I want is how many inputs will come. First we have to decide first name, last name, organization name, and customer type, right? Based on that only we'll decide. So we need 4 inputs. So by default there will be only one input. So do the right click, edit input. Okay, so you add one thing, just name it F name. Okay, fine, click on OK. Similarly, add one more function called L name. Okay, one more input for customer type. Let's call it type, and then organization name. Okay, and this one I can delete. This was the default one. Okay, click on OK. So we have 4 different inputs. Now we need to add one conditional thing that will decide whether it is SC and SCP, and based on that it will do the things. So to do that, do the right click and add condition, right? You can do that, and same thing is available here also in UI. The third one is the add conditional execution. So whatever you are getting, the same thing you will get here also. Okay, so if you do that, it will ask you for the case values. Okay, so edit it. The first one will be HCP. Okay, first case value. Add one more thing, let's call it SCA. Okay, so we have 2 case values, SCP and SCA. Okay, now if it is HCP, then Here also we need to edit the input. To the right click, edit input. Here also we need the same thing. Okay, so we'll delete this one. We'll add here again. Let's call it f name. Then let's call it l name. Sorry, l name. Okay. Fine. Okay. Actually, both are, wherever you add the columns, it will be reflecting in both the sections. So here only we'll add one more column. Just give it a name like organization name. Okay, fine. So you have added 3 columns. Okay. Now for HCA, what I want that for HCA, this organization name should go to output. Okay. For HCP, what I want is that the concatenated value of first name and last name will go. So I'll use one function, cleans function, that concatenate function. Here, select it here, do this first name, give last name here. I need to be in between, I need one space. So add constant, give one space value, string value, click OK. This one you can add here. Okay. So, and this output should go to, output of this one should go to the output. Okay. So done. Click on OK. So this part is configured. Now do the right click and you just see the expanded mode. Okay, it will tell you what all columns it is having. It is having first name, last name, organization name, and case value. Okay, so, and this case value is nothing but the type, right? Because the type only decide whether it is HC and SCP. So you add this type to case value. Okay, then first name to first name, last name to last name, organization name to organization name. Okay, and the output of this should go to the output, and just save it. So your cleanse function is completed. Now we will test it whether it is working properly or not. Okay, this is the section for testing. One second. So here in input section, suppose I'm giving A, last name is B, organization name is C. Sorry, no. Here is C. And the type I'm giving HCP. Okay. Now we'll test what comes in the output. Just click on test. See, as we give type as HCP, so output is A space B, right? So that means for HCP it is working. Make it HCA. Now test. See, output is C. Because for HCA, only organization name came here. For SCP, the first name space then middle name came, last name came, right? So we can see that our function is working. Okay. Now we have one more thing. What happens if I don't give anything here? Click on test. A space B. Why? We have not given any type, but still it took at SCP. So if you come here, see, I have this star mark specifies that this is the default one. Okay. So in this section, in this scenario, SCP is the default one. So even if you don't give any value for a customer type, it takes SCP and it gives the output like this. Okay. And if I want to make this as star, the default, click this one and click on this one. So now HCA has become the default value. So close it, save it. And now test. Don't give any value for type, click on test. See, this time output came as C. That is, it means that the default value taken this time is HCA. That's why output came like this one, the organization name. So you got this point? Any confusion? This cleanse function? Sai, any confusion?
Sorry, engineer, for example. Okay, it's fine. But if I want default value, I don't want either HCP or something. I want to give totally in other character.
No, but what will what is the use of keeping that one? See, you want what you want, that in condition either it should process this one or this one, right? Because you have a different stream for this one, different stream for this one. So if no value comes, you want this to be evaluated, right? That is possible.
Yeah.
What you can do is click here, give any ABC, okay, any ABC value, okay, and you make that ABC value as the default one, okay, and close it.
Okay.
Now just save it. But you have not done anything in that ABC thing, right? So if I test it, it will not give any output. See, nothing came, because by default it is going to ABC section, and in ABC section you have not configured anything. That's why it is giving null value. Right.
Okay.
So normally, you should make this customer type as not null level value, and it should come either HCA or SCP. Based on that, it will decide that which value should go to the name field. Okay. So let's delete this one. Okay. Just save it. So you saw that the cleanse function is working. Now I will use this cleanse function in our mapping. So here is our mapping. Loading. Here is our mapping. Now this name field is, because there is nothing called name in the landing table, right? So I want this name field to be populated as per our cleanse function. If it is HCP, then this should be concatenated, and if it is SCA, then only organization name should come here. So for that, I have created one cleanse function. So we'll use it. Do the right click and add function. Okay. So here you select your folder. It is in user defined folder. expand it, and we have create this one CLFN name, right? So this is the thing. Do the right click, click on expanded mode. It will show you the field name also, so that you will be sure that which field should be mapped to which. First one is first name, so take first name here. Then you have last name, take last name here. Then you have customer type, take customer type to the type thing, and organization name to organization name. Okay, and output of this should go to the name field. Okay, and just save it, and you can test it here also. Okay, whether your mapping is working correctly or not, you should check it here. Click on test. Here you give any values, suppose A, B, C, type you give HCP. Click on test. So like in first name, last name, as we have mapped, so these value came, type came here, but his name we are mainly concerned for this one, the name field. Okay, so name field it took A space B because it is HCP. Okay, so it is working fine. And if I'm making it SCA, then it will give C value. Okay, so the mapping is working fine. Okay, so we have created mapping. Now we will load the data. For that we need to have some records in landing. Structure is changed. So this one, last update date, first name, last name, organization name blank. Okay, then specialty, you can say, let's call it cancer hospital, cancer. Then we have customer ID. So give any ID. Suppose of this is for HCP. So let's have this naming convention P for HCP. One second, please. Give me a moment. Somebody is calling. Hi. Sorry for that. Okay, so this is okay. Let's give it a name like 1001 customer ID. Then you have source system S1, then your customer type, so it is SCP. Okay. One row inserted. Similarly, let's copy this one. Okay, so let's call John Smith. Oh, no, no. Okay, fine. Okay, John Smith. Let's call it Neuro. Uh, ID is 2 S1 SCP. Fine. Then let's see. Daniel Smith. Let's call it General Physician. Then it is 3. Then we need, let's add some HCA also. So for HCA, first name will be null, last name will be null. Here we need to give given value support. I give Fortis Hospital. Fortis, it is, let it be the cancer hospital. It is 4 S1 HCA. Let's again for HCA delete this one, delete this one. Let's call which one, Apollo. Let's call it heart. Anything 5 HCA. Okay. So now we'll add all. Okay, and just commit it. So we have loaded 5 records in learning table. So now to load it to staging table, we need to run the stage job. Okay, so to run any job, we have to go in batch viewer section. Okay, so whenever you are creating any mapping, any table, the corresponding job gets created here. So if you can see here, we have different sections. Okay, so we have to run the stage. So expand the stage section and select your table or your mapping actually. So what is this one, right? MP cust11 S1. So execute batch. It failed. The direction field. Okay, this was having some problem. I didn't check it. So let's go here at staging section. So previously also it was giving some error because of delta detection enable. I'll check and I'll let you know tomorrow. For the time being, I have disabled this delta detection, and I'll just load the data. So come here in batch viewer again, run that job again. So this time is completed. If you see this green tick, that means it's completed. So click here, it will give you the stats. So total 5 record, all 5 inserted, none of them is rejected. Okay, so it's done. Now to see the data, go to the staging table. CS this one underscore S1, I think this is the name of the staging table. Okay, let's see what is the, I think the S is there. So this is the table name. 1 second please, give me a phone. Hi, sorry again. So you can see this is the staging table. Okay, so all the system column generated. So this worked, that cleans function worked. That's why name field is having everything according to type. It is having the value, and for C also it is having some value. And in PKey SRC object, all the customer ID is populated. Okay. Now we need to run the load job to see whether it went. Okay. So this is the section to run the load job. Click on this load, select your this. See, this is our staging table. Customer and 11 underscore S1. So you need to just execute batch. Okay, so what it says that it was having 5 records. Okay, and now out of 5, okay, 3 inserted and 2 rejected. Okay, so the perfect thing happened. We'll see what is the reason. I got the reason why it happened, but I'll show you the reason. Okay, so to do the reject, click here in view rejects. Okay, so so 2 entries came. So you need to see the error description. Click here. See, because the first name we made not nullable, right? But for like HCA. For HCA, first name will not be populated, right? So that's why for all the HCA record got rejected because first name came as null. I should not have made that first name as not nullable. I should have made that name field as not nullable. Okay. So 3 record inserted. See here I was talking about this thing. See, the first name is not nullable field. Okay. And for all HCA, first name came as null. That's why the data got rejected. Okay. I think the data is there. That's why it won't allow to do it again. Okay. That is the main problem. Whatever configuration you want to do, you have to do it before loading the data. It won't allow you once you load the data, you cannot make any configuration change, structural change. Okay. So let it be. So we have 3 records in our base object. So we'll see. Okay. So CB customer. Okay. So this is your base object. You can see 3 record generated just now. Okay. The row ID object 1, 2, 3 was generated for all these 3. Okay. Consolidation indicator I haven't discussed. I'll discuss it later. Everything is there, right? So the main concern we'll discuss about a few system columns, but not now. So you can see the data is there in your base object, right? Now we'll see same thing is in XREF table. Okay. So in XREF also 3 record got generated. Okay. For every record, 1 entry in base object, 1 entry in XREF. Okay. So you can see for P, here only you can see the source system ID because we have mapped the source system ID, customer ID to PKSRC object. Okay. So this is your XREF record. Okay. So for every record, 1 entry is here. Okay. Okay. And okay, fine. We have another table called history. Let's see if anything is there in history table because we have enabled the history, right? So in history table also we have 3 entries. Okay, because we have 3 entries in base object. Again we will have some record in HXREF also because we have some record in XREF. So 3 entries here. Okay. Okay. And we were talking about reject, right? So let's see if there those record rejected records are there or not. Okay. So the naming convention for reject table will be this one. The staging table name underscore REJ. Okay. See 2 entries because 2 record got rejected. So here 2 entries. So this is the job ID. Error description. Here you can see the complete error description. What it says that column F name cannot have a null value, right? So this is the reason it gave you. For this customer ID, this reject happened. Okay. So we saw that the data is there and rejectable also. Okay. And also we have enabled that raw table. So let's see data is there in raw or not. Same underscore RAW. Okay. So it is having all 5 records. Okay. Okay. So all 5 records. Doesn't matter whether the record got rejected or inserted or updated, there will be one entry here. So this is a kind of backup.
So in the history table, we only have the valid ones.
Yes.
Those are not rejected.
Yes. Yes. Only
Okay.
valid ones which are present in base object.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we have to check the invalid ones, we have to check in the
Raw
reject
table.
table.
Reject or raw? Reject, you will get that rejected record, and raw you will find everything. Okay.
Okay.
So today we saw how to load the data. Okay, we have loaded the data till base object. We saw in which table or in which table it went and all. Okay, we saw the rejects also. It is there and rejectable and all. Okay. So already 1 hour. We'll wrap up this class for today. Tomorrow again we'll meet with some new concepts. Okay. And today I'll share all the videos with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Sai.
Can you share the how to log in to the MDM credentials also?
Yes. To log in that, I have installed One second.